Leo, if I could only say one thing to you today, it would be this. After October 29th, something extraordinary is shifting in your world, and it's not just symbolic. It's financial, it's cosmic, and it's personal. This isn't just another transit or a feel-good message. This is a once every 30 years doorway opening directly in front of you. And the ground beneath your feet? It may literally begin to produce the wealth you've prayed for. Now, I know that might sound dramatic, maybe even impossible. But if you felt it lately, that tugging sensation in your chest, the restless fire in your gut, the dream you thought was dead suddenly flickering back to life, then you're already aligned. The stars aren't just whispering anymore, Leo. They're roaring your name. I'm not here to convince you. If you've landed on this video, there's a reason. We don't stumble into divine timing by mistake. You clicked for a reason, and whether you feel confident right now or confused, I want you to know, the universe is meeting you exactly where you are. I'm here as your guide, someone who's watched enough cosmic cycles to know the difference between coincidence and calling. And this is a calling. After decades of energetic buildup, something powerful is unlocking for you, especially if you're willing to see the signs and act. Right now, planets are aligning in a rare pattern. Jupiter, Uranus, and your ruler, the Sun, are creating an intersection point that only comes once every 3 decades. It's not theoretical. It's energetic math. It's spiritual physics. And it's happening in your realm of value, worth, and material legacy. Tarot has echoed this with repeated pulls of the Sun, Wheel of Fortune, and Ace of Pentacles. These are not cards of chance. These are signals of wealth, visibility, and divine intervention in the form of tangible opportunity. But let me be honest with you, Leo, not everything will come easy. The stars open the door. But it's you who has to walk through it. Not with ego. Not with doubt. With courage, with clarity, and with trust. And this time, you're not walking alone. This channel, Eternal Mindfulness, was built as a space for moments like these. For those of us who've struggled, been stuck, lost hope, but still kept showing up. And so, let me pause for just a moment to say thank you. Thank you for being here. For every like, every comment, every moment of presence, your support helps this channel share messages that truly matter. If you've ever wondered when things would finally shift in your favor, when your effort, your loyalty, your heartbreak, your growth would finally return something back to you, this is the moment we've been speaking about all along. But don't just listen, participate. That's how energy works. It responds to your attention. It follows your intention. So I invite you now, Leo, comment below and write, "I'm ready for the 30-year miracle," as a declaration that you're not just watching, you're receiving. That you're not just hoping, you're opening. That you're not just curious, or reclaiming what's already written for you in the stars. Because, Leo, the question isn't whether abundance is coming. The real question is, will you let it land? Stay with me. What I'm about to share with you about your astrology, your timing, and how to prepare for what's arriving may be the most important message you hear this year. There are moments in life when time doesn't just pause, it bends. It softens, stretches, and aligns itself just enough to allow something rare and transformative to slip through. That's the kind of moment we're stepping into, Leo. And no, it's not a poetic exaggeration. This is something written into the stars, into the deep, cyclical rhythm of the cosmos itself. In astrology, we call it the 30-year cycle, a sacred return, a karmic checkpoint, a portal that opens for the brave. The last time this happened was back in 1993-1994, when Saturn and Uranus formed rare patterns that quietly rewrote destinies. You may not remember what shifted for you then, or maybe it might have been the year a dream died, or a door opened, or a seed was unknowingly planted in your life. And now, 30 years later, the wheel has spun again. After October 29th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and divine reward, is aligning in harmony with the Sun, your ruling planet, and that's not just significant. That's celestial choreography performed only once every few decades. It's rare. It's real. And it's yours. You see, cycles like this don't happen by chance. They are cosmic appointments, and we don't make the rules. They are designed around frequencies and patterns we can feel, even if we can't explain them. And right now, the frequency is shifting. You might have already noticed small things, unexpected opportunities surfacing, old ideas tugging at your mind again, people from the past reappearing. It's not random. It's the soft echo of a portal preparing to open. Tarot reflects this shift clearly. The Sun has been showing up in spreads for Leo across the globe. That's your card. It speaks of radiance, truth, recognition, and success that's not borrowed but earned. And when it pairs with the Wheel of Fortune, the message is undeniable: destiny is moving. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. But here's the deeper truth, one that isn't often spoken aloud: the universe doesn't hand this kind of moment to everyone. It's not a reward for perfection. It's an invitation for readiness. You're being offered a chance to receive what's been building for years, particularly the last 5 to 7, a time when you were still planting seeds in silence, with no guarantees. The return is never instant. It's honest. And now that door you almost forgot about, it's creaking open again. Imagine this moment as a field that you've tilled with your own hands. Some seasons you believed, some seasons you didn't. But you showed up anyway. And now, without warning, something is rising from the soil. It might look like money. It might look like a job. It might be a conversation that changes your direction entirely. One thing's for sure: it will not look like the old version of you. This is what I want you to understand, Leo. Money showing up on the ground isn't just a metaphor. It's how abundance often works. It appears in places you overlooked, in ideas you abandoned, in relationships you thought were over. But for you to collect it, you must be present. You must notice. You must respond. And here's where it gets even more personal. As someone who's walked through these cosmic doors before, let me tell you, they don't swing open forever. They hover, they glow, they whisper. And then they disappear. What makes the difference isn't whether you're lucky, it's whether you're willing to walk through with your eyes open and your heart unguarded. That's what this 30-year alignment is. It's a divine nudge. It's the universe saying, you've done the work. Are you ready to collect the light? And light, Leo, takes many forms. Yes, it can look like wealth. But it can also look like clarity. Like confidence. Like finally knowing who you are and what you deserve. So I ask you, can you feel it yet? Can you feel the air growing warmer, the ground humming beneath your feet, the way everything suddenly feels possible again? If your answer is yes, even if it's just a quiet, cautious yes, I want you to affirm it. Write it below. Say it out loud. Speak it into your own timeline. I'm ready for what's been waiting for me. Because Leo, your 30-year miracle has arrived. Sometimes the universe doesn't whisper, it knocks. And right now, Leo, you're standing at the door. What makes this moment so potent isn't just the feeling in the air or a vague sense that change is coming. It's in the numbers, the angles, the energy itself. This isn't just another week, another shift. This is what we call a cosmic convergence. And you, whether you realize it yet or not, are the focal point. Let's start with the sky. Uranus, the planet of sudden breakthroughs and unexpected blessings, is sitting in Taurus, an earth sign known for grounding wealth and material resources. And from that placement, Uranus is beaming an exact energetic pulse to your financial axis. That's not symbolic. That's precise. That's astrology doing what it does best, offering a mirror for what's rising beneath the surface of your life. And then there's the North Node, the point of karmic destiny, lighting up that same money zone. That doesn't happen often. When it does, it tells us something crystal clear. You're being positioned for a realignment with what you were always meant to hold, build, and receive. This isn't just about making more money. It's about finally seeing the worth in what you carry, in what you've lived through. Because wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in how you value your energy, your voice, your vision. And this week, the universe is echoing that value back to you. In the tarot, two cards have been showing up for Leo like clockwork: the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. If you've been asking for a sign, this is it. The Ace of Pentacles is that golden opportunity, something new, solid, and blessed that shows up in your physical world. It could be an offer, an investment, a contract, a message, or even an idea that finally feels like it's ready to grow roots. The Knight of Wands, on the other hand, is not passive. He charges forward. He doesn't wait for someone else to tell him it's time. And that's exactly what this alignment is calling you to do. To act not out of fear, but out of readiness. Numerology confirms it too. The year 2025 carries the vibration of the number 9, a year of completion. That means the chapter you've been trudging through is coming to a close. It's time to release the survival mode, the cycles of almost, the energy leaks that kept you running but not arriving. In its place, a new blueprint is forming. And it's one that aligns with who you've become, not who you used to be. Some numbers to hold close this week: 30, 10, 888, and 6. These aren't just lucky numbers theory, vibrational codes. 30 is about divine timing and responsibility. 10 brings the energy of leadership and rebirth. 888 is one of the strongest prosperity sequences in the universe. And 6 reminds you to stay heart-centered even in ambition. Write them down. Use them. Anchor them. And then there's color. Color is vibration made visible. If you want to align your physical body with the frequencies coming in, wear gold to amplify abundance. Deep wine red to ignite confidence and leadership. Sapphire blue to connect your voice with clarity and trust. You're not just dressing for style, you're dressing for energy. Especially on October 29th, when these vibrations spike, Let your body become the altar where intention lives. You don't have to be perfect to receive this. You just have to be open. The energy is already moving. The current is already shifting. But it's your awareness, your decision to ride it, that turns possibility into reality. This moment belongs to the brave. And if you're still reading, it means you're one of them. So don't wait for the stars to scream. They've already aligned. Your only job now is to listen and move. There's something subtle, almost quiet, about the way breakthroughs begin to enter your life. It's rarely loud. It's not fireworks or a parade. It's more like a whisper behind your thoughts or a memory that suddenly lights up from nowhere. And if you're not paying attention, Leo, you might just walk past a door that was always meant to open for you. In times of big cosmic shifts, such as the one we're in right now, the universe doesn't always send new things, it often reactivates the old ones. That's why you may notice certain ideas that you left behind years ago suddenly feel alive again. Not just interesting but urgent. That's not nostalgia. That's your soul pointing to an unfinished contract with abundance. The timing wasn't right before, but it is now. This is how divine timing works. It doesn't force, it waits. And when the stars align, it returns what is yours, but only if you're awake enough to recognize it. Right now, many Leos are experiencing unexpected returns. A past collaborator reaches out. A friendship you thought had ended suddenly reappears with a surprising offer. Even a business idea you once shelved might start pulling at your energy again. This isn't random. In astrology, this type of activation often comes when past timelines overlap with current alignments. When the planets form supportive angles like we're seeing this week, the space between before and now gets thinner. That's when you reclaim what you thought was lost. But reclamation is an act of awareness. It doesn't matter how many blessings show up at your door if you're too distracted to open it. That's why this part of your journey isn't just spiritual, it's deeply practical. I always tell people, real abundance begins with clarity. So here's your invitation, write down the ideas you've abandoned over the last 5 years. Every single one. Don't judge them. Don't worry if they seem outdated. Just write. You'll be surprised which ones still hold light. Next, think about the people who once supported your growth, the ones who truly saw you. Maybe you've drifted, maybe life got in the way. But sometimes the people who hold the missing key to our next chapter are the same ones who helped us start the previous one. Don't wait for the perfect reason to reach out. Reach out because the door is open. And I'll say this gently but honestly, your external world reflects your internal energy. If you want to invite prosperity into your life, create the conditions for it. Clean your space not because it's messy, but because energy gets stuck in clutter. Open your windows. Light a candle. Move furniture around. Let your home mirror the shift that's happening in your soul. That's not woo-woo. That's energetic alignment. Your home is your frequency amplifier. Treat it like sacred ground. Now, let me ask you something real. If the universe handed you a check for $1 million tomorrow, what would you do with it? Not what would look good. Not what you think you should say. I mean, truly, what would your soul want to do with that kind of freedom? Write it down. Say it out loud. Share it in the comments if you feel ready. This isn't just visualization, it's energetic commitment. When you name your dream, you start to claim it. Because this moment is not about luck, it's about readiness. The signs are already in motion. The people, the ideas, the timing theories circling back to you, waiting to see if you'll respond differently this time. Not from desperation, not from fear, but from a grounded belief that this is your season to receive. The universe is generous, Leo. But you have to show up. This is your moment. Don't let the door swing shut before you realize you are standing in front of gold. Not every open door is an invitation. Some are tests. Some are mirrors. And some, like the one you're standing in front of now, Leo, require a different version of you than the one who walked through the last one. You see, this moment you're in the energy, the alignment, the opportunity. It's not just about calling something in. It's about who you're willing to become in order to receive it. Let's be honest. Every time we've come close to a big shift, something inside us pulls back. Maybe it's the fear of losing control, or of getting it wrong again. Maybe it's the memory of the last time you took a risk and it didn't go the way you hoped. That memory lives deep in your cells. And sometimes, it dresses up as wisdom, when really it's just an unhealed bruise. That's why the tarot doesn't just predict success, it warns. This week, 2 cards rise as cautionary markers: the Devil and the Fool reversed. The Devil isn't evil, it's seductive. It's the part of you that wants the reward but not the responsibility. It's that impulse to grab too fast, to jump into something that looks golden on the surface but drains your soul in the end. In financial terms, it might show up as a get-rich-quick offer, a rushed investment, or chasing validation through spending. But underneath it, a lack of trust that you're already enough. The Fool reversed tells a different story. It's the hesitation, the overthinking, the inner voice that says, maybe later. It's that quiet fear that you're not ready yet. But the truth is, no one ever feels ready for a moment this big. It's not about certainty. It's about courage. If you've failed financially before, let me tell you something I've told many others: that failure wasn't the end. It was a teacher. And this time, you're not walking in naive. You're walking in wiser. You know what a red flag feels like now. You know what real alignment sounds like. This time, you're not Chisinjiri choosing. That's what readiness is. And to stay clear, to stay anchored, your body and energy need to match the clarity you want to create. This is where self-care stops being trendy and starts being sacred. Start with your body. Begin your morning with warm water and lemon, not just for your health, but to signal to your nervous system, I'm choosing gentleness today. Add honey if you want sweetness to come from within. Walk in the sunlight. Not just because it feels good, but because you, Leo, are ruled by the sun. When you walk beneath it with intention, you're not just getting vitamin D, syncing yourself to your natural rhythm of success. That's not metaphor. That's frequency. What you eat matters too. Go for oranges, mangoes, papaya, anything rich in that solar tone. These foods support your solar plexus chakra, center of confidence, willpower, and healthy self-worth. This energy center is where your power to decide lives. Nourish it, and decision-making becomes a channel of clarity rather than confusion. And sleep, don't underestimate sleep this week. Especially in the 3 days after October 29th, give yourself permission to rest. The energetic downloads happening in your field require restoration. You can't catch a blessing if you're too tired to hold it. Be in bed before 11 p.m. if you can. Not for discipline. For alignment. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Divine timing doesn't just reward the disciplined. It rewards the aligned. You don't need to hustle to deserve what's coming. But you do need to show up in your wholeness. You are not being called because you're perfect. You're being called because you're present. The 30-year door doesn't open for those who have it all figured out. It opens for those who are willing to walk forward anyway. So ask yourself, right now, are you willing to walk forward even if your hands are still shaking? If you are, then write it down. Say it out loud. Ground it in action. Because this moment is already yours, the only thing left is to claim it. If you've made it this far, Leo, it means something inside you is already awakening. Not in a loud, dramatic way, but in that quiet, steady hum that tells you, something's shifting. You don't need proof anymore. You felt it. In your chest. In your timing. In the way the world around you has started whispering little signs, numbers repeating, conversations aligning, old dreams resurfacing. The energy is real. But energy, as you know, is only half the story. The other half is embodiment. This next part of your journey isn't about waiting for miracles. It's about co-creating them. The universe has already opened a 30-year doorway, but just like any invitation, it requires a response. And not a vague one. A clear, embodied, conscious response. That's where ritual comes in. Not as superstition, but as spiritual technology. A ritual is simply a way of saying to the universe, I'm here. I see the portal. And I'm willing to step in. Over the years, I've guided many through energetic transitions like this. The most powerful shifts didn't come to those who knew all the answers. They came to those who showed up consistently, intentionally, and with a heart wide open. What I'm about to share with you is simple, but don't confuse that with ineffective. Sometimes the simplest practices hold the strongest frequency because they're rooted in presence. Over the course of 3 days from October 29th to October 31, you are being given a window. A frequency spike. A moment where your words, your focus, and your intention will land more deeply into the energetic field. This is not about begging the universe. This is about aligning with it. Choose 3 financial desires that feel both exciting and grounded. Don't write what you think you should want, write what actually lights you up. It could be a paid-off debt. A home. A sense of freedom. The universe doesn't judge the scale. It tunes into your frequency. Read them aloud each day at 9:09 a.m. or 9:09 p.m. That time isn't arbitrary. In numerology, 9 is the number of completion, of spiritual fulfillment, of release and rebirth. Saying your intentions at this moment creates a rhythm between your voice and the cosmic pulse. Your voice is more than sound, it's vibration. And vibration moves matter. Then, take a small piece of paper and write the following numbers: 10, 29, 30, 888, 619. These aren't just numbers. They're keys. They carry the energetic imprint of this exact moment in the cosmos. 10 speaks of new beginnings through leadership. 29 marks the gateway to completion. 30 is your 30-year activation. 888 is the universal code of wealth. 6 balances ambition with heart. And 19 is the number of rising from darkness into light. Place this paper under your pillow for 3 nights. Let your subconscious hold what your waking mind can't yet grasp. Each morning, before the world asks anything of you, speak this into your field: I am the sunlight. I receive treasures from the earth. I am Leo and this is my time. Not as a wish, but as a truth you're finally ready to live inside of. And if you feel called, write your personal affirmation in the comments, not for validation, but for anchoring. Let your words echo across this space. Say it with trust. Say it with certainty: I choose action. I open the 30-year portal. I am ready to receive money from the ground. Because this isn't about magic falling from the sky. It's about you stepping into alignment so fully that the earth itself responds. That's not just spirituality. That's sacred design. And you, Leo, were born to lead inside of it. Leo, as we bring this journey to a close, I want you to take a breath, slow and steady, and really feel what's been stirred inside you. Not just the hope, but the knowing. Not just the inspiration, but the readiness. You didn't land on this message by accident. You were drawn here because something in you already sensed it was time. Time to stop playing small with your potential. Time to stop waiting for the right conditions. Time to remember that the stars don't create your destiny, they confirm it. What we've just walked through together isn't theory. It's alignment. It's activation. The 30-year portal we spoke about, it's not some abstract concept in the sky. It's here. It's open. And it's waiting for you to decide whether you'll walk through it. Because the truth is, no one else can. No mentor, no guru, no external force. The door has your name on it, Leo. And only you can cross that threshold. So let me ask you, heart to heart, what will you do with what you've just received? Will you return to life as it was, hoping something shifts without changing a thing? Or will you start today, right now, by choosing one action that aligns you with the future you say you want? Maybe it's rewriting that idea you once abandoned. Maybe it's finally having the conversation that frees your energy. Maybe it's simply deciding, in your own quiet power, this is my time. You've been given tools, rituals, insight, energy work, not to admire from a distance, but to use. So use them. Let the numbers live in your field. Let the affirmations find their way into your mornings. Let your voice become an instrument of intention. And above all, trust that you are not behind. You are right on time. There's a phrase I often repeat to my clients, especially in moments like this: no one can give you abundance if you're not willing to show up to receive it. The universe isn't withholding from you. It's been waiting for your yes. Not a timid yes. A full, embodied, soul-led yes. So ask yourself now, not with fear, but with love, what would happen if I actually allowed the blessing to arrive? Thank you truly for being here. For giving your time, your energy, and your attention to something that feeds your spirit. Every like, every comment, every subscription is more than a button, it's a ripple of intention. Your support allows this channel, Eternal Mindfulness, to continue sharing messages that don't just inform, but transform. And believe me, you'll want to stay connected, because what the universe is preparing next is only getting bigger. If this message spoke to you, if even one word landed in the right place, I invite you to anchor it. Write it down in the comments. Say it out loud. Or simply affirm in your heart, I claim my lion's treasure. I choose action. I am ready. And if you feel called, share this with 3 other Leo souls who may need this reminder just as much as you did. You never know the door your voice could open for someone else. Until next time, stay close to your truth, your light, and your roar. The stars are aligned. Now it's your move.